I want to ask President Cyril Ramaphosa, how many times have you called Cameroon to say that you should find a peaceful solution between Cameroon and Abazonia Defense Force? How many times have you called Nigeria and said they should find a peaceful solution between Nigeria and Biafra? Do you want to tell me that all this killing in West Africa, you are not aware of it? Hey, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching. Guys, I saw what is going on in France, where the South African president was speaking about the BRICS, mission to unite Ukraine and Russia. They talks about their mission, their aim to see that Putin, and Russia find a common ground. Their
Not on a
mission.
begging mission, even as we are in great need as a continent and all that. That should go to demonstrate that Africa should never be seen as a continent that needs generosity.
Their mission started from Ukraine also. Where after the whole conversation, Ukraine a spokesperson came and said that the African leader, led by Cyril Ramaphosa, the South African president, they are hungry and they are beggars. They want to benefit something from Putin. That's why they are talking craps. That's why they go to Russia, playing and coming to Ukraine to play a kind of double face. Now, will you blame that? Then why is it that the African leaders are quick? So it's always a funny thing, like I said, the African leaders always rush to things happening in Europe and forgetting things that happen in their own home. The South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, with all due respect, you heard what is happening in South Africa, where xenophobia is one of the highest thing in South Africa, whereby if South Africans are killing their fellow South Africa, you have no rise up to speak in the unity of South Africa and other Africans. You also know what is happening around Africa, whereby Nigerian government is killing Biafrans, and this have been going on since years. You have not come with your delegate to sit down and say, let's find a lasting solution to this problem. If they call for referendum, why can't we Africans unite and allow them to have that referendum so that we can work for the peace and unity of Africa? You are watching what is happening what they call it, Amazobia, the the Amazons in Cameroon, the problem they have in that area in Cameroon. Still, you have not called for the peace of that area. You have not bring your men and say, let's sit down as an African and talk for a way to move African forward. But you South African president, you run from here all the way to Russia and Ukraine to make a peace for EU country, European country that you know that they are well off than African country, even your South African country that you are running there. The Russian people that you are actually trying to back or you are directly supporting, do you know the problem blacks face in Russia? Do you know the highest racism they gave black? Do you know one of the most dangerous area for you to be a black man is in Russia and Ukraine? These are places that you are running to. You are not even campaigning for tolerance, for elimination of racism. You are going there saying you are coming to keep a peace for people who has nothing to do with you. Do you want to tell me that the killing they have in Ukraine just these few months, what more than the killing they have been having, even continues to have up to now in Biafra land? You see, all this our stupid mentality as an African leader. It has to stop. You could not finish what is happening in your home, and you are going out there to say you are going for peacekeeping. And mind you, Cyprian, you are not speaking for African leaders. You are just only there for your own selfish interest. I'm not sure that you are carrying the interest of South Africans safe. Because I know in South Africa too, those countries that make South Africans, they are not in peace with you guys. Zimbabweans, they are not. If you go there when they have xenophobia, they'll target them. They target Nigerian, Ghanaians, all the foreign African countries that came to that your nation. They target them. Even some people that have genuine business, you guys destroy it. You have not sit down and say that we Africa are one, that peace is the best way to go along. You have not said that for African to move forward, to be able to stand before the world and say we want peace, we have to unite and make peace among ourselves. And those that seek for self-independence should have referendum. If they choose if majority choose to go, that they should be granted. You first of all take out something in your own eyes before you go to the extent. You are going to buy favor from Ukraine so that Putin, Russians, so that Russians will favor you or whatever, or China should give you guys money. You're still a beggar. It is, it is heartbreaking and it is a shame for African leaders to spend all the way from Africa flying to Europe. Have you been to China? Do you know, if you forgot what China have done to our people during the COVID-19? Even today, you being as a black man, if you disguise yourself and go to China, you will see what they will do to you. Even the airports, they don't give a damn who you are. And you said you are going to fight. You will never ask them that it's a time for whoever that is black should have a privilege like others in Russia, in Ukraine, in China. And you're coming to tell us all this jargon that you're going for peacekeeping. It's a shame to see South African president being there. Those people that are cheering you up, they are ignorant. Actually give Kenya president credit for speaking, before Emmanuel, in France, telling him the what is matters, what matters. Although Emmanuel have apologized about slavery, but we need to see practical. African leaders should stop doing this eye service. That's why they are not respected. Look at the Biafran war have been going on all this while. Since 1967, you guys have not said, hey, we are African. How do we sit down and work this out? If Biafran say, okay, we don't want to stay together, why can't we find a solution for them to have their own nation and we stabilize our nation and work for common goal for everyone to save life? You have not saved the life in your own country. You are going to save other people's life. Look at stupid mentality.